am losing daylight, so I have to make this very fast. Okay, my friend, personal growth is a lifestyle. I mean, that's all I have to say, right? I also believe magic is a lifestyle. However, this is more important at the moment. So if you are wanting to change, you're wanting to heal, you're wanting to grow as a person, you are ready to be really very self-reflective and look at yourself and with a critical eye and look at the things that you need to shift and shift those things. So that's your goal, maybe. Um, it's something that needs to become a habit if you really want it to stick. It becomes part of your existence, part of your just how you operate in the world. That is going to be the most successful way of going about it when you make it a lifestyle rather than it's something like on your to-do list that you just kind of like do sometimes. And that can be really hard because it starts out as something on the to-do list. And then it becomes a habit over time. And then the habits become the lifestyle over even more time. And so it is really very easy to fall back into patterns of denial, patterns of laziness, patterns of self-hate instead of self-love, or even just like self-neutrality. I would even say self-neutrality is dangerous, is not maybe not quite as much as self-hate, but you know, yeah. So yeah, personal growth is a lifestyle. It is something that you have to choose over and over and over. And it's really not always easy. And I'm giving you tools that I think are helpful. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you to, just watch a video and think about some things and maybe try to incorporate these things into your life a little bit. Even like the videos in the resources section that are 10-minute long videos that you can just play in the background. Like I'm really trying to make it as easy as possible for you, but at some point you have to choose to take on the harder work, which is making it a lifestyle, which is incorporating it over and over and over till it becomes just a natural part of your existence. I don't necessarily do all the mirror work, the I love you mirror work anymore, but what happens is that because I did that over and over and over and over and over again, it's part of my thinking now that when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I love you. You are beautiful. Like, thank you. And then sometimes I even catch myself and I'm like, oh, I haven't given myself a hug in a little bit. Like, oh, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It has become a part of my life. It's a lifestyle. And like that obviously doesn't happen overnight. And that means, something I like to suggest to people is putting timers in your phone. Thank you, I love you timers, like 3 times a day. Say thank you, I love you to yourself 3 times right now. And so a timer goes off at 10 a.m. They're like, oh, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. The timer goes off at 1. Oh, thank you, I love you. Right? I mean, that's how we have to do it until it becomes natural. Yeah. Yeah. Processing emotions that when they come up and they feel nasty, remembering that we have tools and techniques. That can be really hard, but that's why we do the tools and use the tools and techniques when we're not in an activated state, so that when we're in an activated state, we will be like, oh, wait, I have a breathing technique that will help me like bring this down. It's like maybe you are in a traffic thing and you get like irate at someone and you realize you're mad, and instead of staying mad, you know some techniques. You can do the dissolve breath. That immediately brings you down. You can do the dear heart commands. Dear heart, I fully recognize and acknowledge with my entire body and field all the wisdom of anger now. And since I just made empty spots, I got to fill those empty spots with me. Dear heart, please fill my entire body and field and all the trauma around anger with my soul's divine essence now. Right? We've got tools. We have tools. And yeah, it does take a little bit of work for it to become a lifestyle, but eventually it does. It takes a little bit of work, a little bit of setting alarms in your phone, a little bit of putting lists around the place, a little bit of putting sticky notes on the mirror, whatever helps you to get there, because it will be better on the other side, I promise. Oh my goodness, do I promise. I was talking the other day with Magic Mel, and she's like, I just, now that I know what a gift life is, and I'm so grateful for this body and for being alive. Just like I look back on my life before, and oh my goodness, I just was so unhappy and so miserable. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I can say the same, like when I look back, really, actually, it was quite a long time ago, but when I look back on that person, she was very, I mean, yeah, I always been kind of a cheerful person, but I was suffering, And so we want to get out of the suffering. We want to come into the joy. And, these tools are helpful, and they will help you, even if they seem silly. And even if you watch the videos in the resources section of the auric cleanse and the curses video, and you do watch the live healing, the group healing videos, or you show up live and show up to the support groups, and you're like, I don't know if this is working. That's okay. That's literally part of the journey. But maybe it feels like it's not working for a little bit. And then one day you're like, wow, I realized that thing that I had going on before isn't going on. Things feel a little bit better. Or maybe you're one of those people who you're like, wow, this is like really working right off the bat. I don't know. But either way, if you put in the work and you are persistent, you will break through, and you will find joy and love on the other side.